Welcome to this deep dive, custom tailored just for you, the learner. Today, we're cracking open some really fascinating material. It's all about strategic realignment. Specifically, we're looking at what November 2025 is asking of Libra. Think wealth opportunities, big money moves, and this isn't just, a simple forecast. It feels more like a mandatory strategic cleanup.
Mandatory is definitely the word.
Hmm.
Yeah. Looking at the data we've pulled together, mandatory really captures it. The planetary stuff we're seeing here suggests, well, the universe isn't really giving you a choice. It's more like it's forcing a pretty critical, deep reevaluation. And it's across three really vital areas.
Which are?
Your long-term goals, your career path, and crucially, your day-to-day discipline. Think of it like a mandated self-audit. It's designed to clear the path so you can get to that next level of, well, wealth accumulation.
Okay, right. Let's unpack that roadmap then, because it sounds crucial. Our sources seem to be saying that all your success this month really hinges on mastering this three-piece puzzle. And it's driven by three big planetary shifts. So we need to figure out how reviewing your connections, your friends, perfecting your daily routine, and chasing those big career goals are all connected. They aren't separate tasks, are they?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
They're intrinsically linked components of just one single financial strategy. And, if those pieces don't fit together smoothly, the whole strategy kind of falls apart. You just can't capitalize on that high-level career luck that might be coming your way unless you've dealt with the foundations first.
The discipline part.
Exactly. The discipline and really critically calibrating your social and professional network. That comes first.
I get the interdependence idea, but let's dive into that first piece. It sounds like maybe the most uncomfortable one, the network audit. The main push in the source materials, this Mars retrograde thing in the social sector, it sounds like it's forcing a really difficult, maybe even emotional look at who you actually spend your time with.
Yeah.
Mars, planet of drive, moving backward. It basically sounds like it's demanding you hit pause on ambition until you check out the company you keep. Is that fair?
That's a very fair assessment. And what's fascinating looking at the data is it's not framed as just, permission to change your mind about old dreams. It's presented as a hard, necessary inventory check. The sources are pretty clear. Mars retrograde demands you assess if the people you hang out with are actually supporting your growth or actively draining your energy and your ambition.
Okay, I get the theory. But auditing your entire social network, that feels, a bit ruthless. Does the source material give any pointers on, when a connection becomes too costly? How do you tell the difference between necessary pruning and just becoming guarded and maybe isolating yourself from collaborations you actually need?
That's a really crucial distinction. And the data doesn't seem to focus on just simple dislike, like, I don't like this person. It focuses squarely on friction and opportunity cost. The source material explicitly links your earning potential directly to the quality of your network. So this social audit is a major money move. It's not just about feelings.
Right.
Think about it this way. The cost of a draining relationship isn't just the time you waste in pointless interactions. It's the mental bandwidth, the emotional resilience it eats up, energy that could have gone into high-value, maybe even revenue-generating activities.
Ah, okay. So that colleague who drives you crazy, the real cost isn't just the annoyance factor. It's potentially thousands in lost creative focus or maybe even missed deadlines because you're preoccupied. That definitely reframes the ruthlessness. It sounds more like required strategic hygiene.
Precisely. That's a great way to put it. Strategic hygiene. So this means you have to identify those friction points first. In both your social and professional circles, it might mean realizing, hey, this collaboration isn't really giving the return I thought it would. Or conversely, maybe this mandatory pause leads you to, bump into an old mentor or reconnect with a colleague who suddenly presents a brilliant, lucrative opportunity. But you have to create that space first. You got to clear out the debris.
Okay, so clear the decks, deal with the draining contacts, and then the sources say opportunity knocks. This is the Jupiter part, right? Sitting high up in the career and public reputation sector. This sounds like the payoff, the promised land almost. Jupiter here is known for bringing serious opportunities, right? Promotions, recognition.
It is indeed the source of potentially major positive momentum.
Yeah.
Jupiter, the great benefic, right at the top of the chart. It definitely symbolizes that kind of outsized recognition, big-ticket career moves being offered. However, and this is the big however, if we connect this back to the bigger picture, it raises an immediate critical question.
Which is?
How do you align that huge professional luck with the really difficult reevaluation that Mars just demanded you do.
Oh, I see. Okay. So the opportunity might look amazing on the surface, but you can't just blindly grab it without running it through this new filter. It's not just what the job is, but maybe who you'll be doing it with, that kind of thing.
Exactly that. Jupiter might bring you this fantastic chance to lead a big, complex team project, exciting stuff. But that Mars retrograde energy will immediately force you to ask, are the people I'd be leading or collaborating with,
Mm.
are they ultimately the right fit? Do they align with my long-term authentic goals, the ones I just clarified during that tough network audit? So the challenge isn't really finding the opportunity this month. It's making damn sure the opportunity aligns with the updated non-negotiable vision you just established.
So, okay, it's like being offered the corner office, the ultimate Jupiter prize. But first, you have to check that the three people who completely wreck your emotional balance aren't moving into the offices right next door, because that would just contaminate the win, wouldn't it?
That analogy perfectly captures the dynamic.
Yes.
The opportunity is abundant, potentially huge, but the path to actually benefiting from it requires that strategic pruning first. The sources really emphasize this. If you fail to align your newly reviewed authentic self with these professional opportunities, well, they could just become another source of long-term friction, leading to burnout, not actual wealth accumulation.
That makes perfect sense. Okay. So the review clarifies the authentic goal. Jupiter provides the vehicle to get there. Now let's pivot to the third piece, the foundation. This feels like the less glamorous part, maybe, but arguably the most crucial. Driven by Saturn, moving through the sector of daily work, routines, health. This is the taskmaster demanding discipline.
This is absolutely the non-negotiable foundation. You got it. Long-term success, the kind that lasts, doesn't just rest on big dreams and having the right connections. It relies entirely on what you actually do every single day. Saturn in this position is basically demanding structure, real structure.
Like what specifically?
Like genuine work-life balance, not just talking about it.
Yeah.
Getting a real budget created and actually sticking to it. Implementing healthy habits, sleep, exercise, whatever, that ensure you have the physical and mental stamina to chase those big ambitions Jupiter's dangling.
So this is the budgeting and flossing section of the deep dive then. After talking about shiny career opportunities and network audits, we have to talk about making your bed and logging receipts. Does the data really stress these, mundane routines as being critical to building wealth? Seriously.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. The data we looked at shows that a surprisingly significant percentage of major financial setbacks, they don't start with some big, bad, high-risk investment blowing up. They often start with poor habit tracking, lack of basic discipline. It's the small, boring stuff, like routinely forgetting to log expenses so you don't really know where the money's going, or consistently spending just a bit more than you earn each month, or skipping the gym so often that you just lack the energy.
Yeah, the energy to actually sustain the effort needed for that big win.
Exactly. That ultimately breaks the endurance required to sustain the Jupiter-sized win when it arrives. We burn out or fumble it.
Okay, I'm convinced. So the solid daily routine, getting the budget nailed down, finding that work-life balance, taking care of your health, that's the actual bedrock. That's the foundation you build on to actually achieve and maintain those career advancements. Without the daily grind sorted out, the big opportunities might arrive, but they just fall flat because you don't have the fuel or the structure.
It confirms the deep interdependence of all three areas. You absolutely need them all. The thoughtful review of people and goals, the Mars part, that identifies your true direction and removes the obstacles. The opportunity, the Jupiter part, that provides the vehicle and the destination, the big prize. The discipline, the Saturn part, that provides the sustained fuel and the durable roadmap to get there and stay there. You need all three working efficiently together for November 2025 to really pay off in the long run.
Wow. This has been an incredibly clear, if challenging, roadmap for strategic realignment. So the mission for you, the learner, this November seems pretty clear. Use this planetary push to thoughtfully review your entire blueprint. That means your friendships, your long-term goals, and your daily habits. All of it. Stay open to those fantastic career doors opening up, but, and this is key, only walk through the ones that genuinely align with your updated, authentic vision.
Right. This is definitely a time for active architecture, not just passively waiting for things to happen to you. The critical success factor, according to the sources we analyzed, is making sure you have proactively cut the connections and maybe discarded the old goals that no longer truly serve you. Doing that allows the discipline you build now, the Saturn part, to seamlessly support the professional recognition that Jupiter is bringing your way. This is really your moment to enforce boundaries and build sustainable systems.
Absolutely. And as we wrap up this deep dive, If you found these strategic insights valuable, and I certainly did, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Your feedback really does help us tailor future deep dives exactly to what you need and find most helpful.
And one final thought to leave you with. Considering that the source materials we discussed directly link your income potential to your network review, how much is the actual quantifiable opportunity cost of maintaining a relationship, professional or personal, that you suspect is actively draining your mental and maybe even your financial energy? That's probably the critical piece of homework for you to really chew on this month.